Yeah, you know me, man. I don't like to do a whole bunch of shenanigans. I go straight into it. Um, before this world, I did a piece on replication, about this world being a replication of probably not even an original copy, you know, being several revolutions from the original copy, you know. And I said that the information is not being pushed down, is not being replicated, it's not being downloaded from the original copy, the original world that this world is mirroring. This is a pseudo world. You know what I mean? And most of the people within it, it's a matrix. Most of the people, and the court cases told you that. And most of the people in this pseudo world, they pseudo. You can just see how they act. You can just see the topics that they on. You can just see the type of time they on. They pseudo. They pseudo in a pseudo world. You know what I'm saying? And I said that this world is going to, because of the lack of information that's being pushed down, the world is not advancing anymore. The booms of the 1800s, the 1900s, you know, in the 20th century, you know what I'm saying? And that there, no new technology is being pushed out. The 21st century, just the same old information, the same technology. They talk about some things, but I'm saying they haven't dropped nothing, significant. Which leads me to believe that this world, the end of the world, is a decommissioning. That's what the end of the world talking about. They're talking about decommission. And I think the people feel it. I think the people feel it. Put my seatbelt on. And they're looking to do a final push. This world is doing a final push. The pseudo world, because the final push is the people, the people of this world trying to do it themselves. They off of the information, off of what they learn, they trying to do a pseudo push. They trying to do a final push before this world is decommissioned. And the people feel it. The signal has already gone out to those who are connected to the pseudo world. They're making a final push. So when I say making a final push, they are looking, the people here are looking to make a final push using you. They trying to make a final push, a final come up, and they trying to come up off of you. You ain't coming up off of me. I'll break bread with you. You see what I'm saying? I'll break bread with you, but you not on the road to Damascus. We sit down, but like they say on the airlines, put your mask on first, then assist others. I'm not gonna put your mask on, then I suffocate. No, in order for me to help, if the plane is going down, if it's being commissioned, I'm putting my mask on first so the oxygen can keep flowing. I need the oxygen to keep flowing for me. Then I got the help and strength to help you put your mask on. But my shit going on first. And so you're not gonna come up off of me like that. You know what I mean? Like, okay, I have a good heart and all that, but you ain't making a final push in your life off of me. I go down, you come up. That's just like, I don't know if you've been around somebody, a person who was drowning, right? I've seen it. I've seen a person drowning. I've seen the person jump in to help them out. Then I seen the person climb all on top of the person that's drowning. They going down. Shawty climbed all on top of dude and grabbed him around his neck, and then they both went under. You see what I'm saying? Luckily, he was strong enough to the kind of to help himself and help her. But that's what they teach a swim class. They say when you are with a drowning person, if they grab onto you like that, just go ahead and go on down with them. They'll let you go because they don't want to go down. When you go down, they're going to be kicking and got knees all on top of your back and the back of your head, climbing on top of you. But just go down because you can swim. Just go down. And I'm not telling you to literally go down, but I'm just letting you know that, I'm just speaking the language. You're not going to make a final push off of me for your life. The whole thing. I'm not gonna die for, niggas die for you. Will you ride for me? Would you die for me? No, I ain't dying for you, man. Like, I'm not gonna ride for you or die for you like that. You know what I mean? Jesus did that in the story. That was the last one that did that. That's significant in the story. We going with the story. We gonna stick with the story now. We ain't going with whether it's true or not and this and that. But we're gonna go with the story that feeds back in, man. That feeds back into what I was talking about on one of my last videos about the disciples and about the one. You see what I'm saying? And so, no. And it's going to hurt. The world, they'll make you feel bad. Oh, you selfish. All you care about is yourself. Yeah, because evidently you don't care about me. So that was, I'm saying this. I'm going through all this to say about that final push, man. Through a world that's going to be decommissioned. It's been decommissioned before. You see what I'm saying? The realm will still stay, but you got to decommission the world. You got to decommission you got to clean it out. Flood it out. However you got to do it. You got to cut the remnants down and you got to kill the power structure and then rebuild it back up again. It's time to be rebuilt. You can see it with the administrator. No more morals. There's no nothing now. There's no filter for the kids. There's nothing. It's wide open. Somebody left the door wide open. The Caucasian left the door wide open. He rolled out and left the door wide open. They trying to get out into space, man. That remnant, they know it's going to be decommissioned. So that's it, man. And so as this world is decommissioned, you're going to see a final push for those who are going to be decommissioned with it to try to save themselves. You see? They try to save themselves, man. And I tell you what, it won't be through me. You know what I mean? I'm from the projects. I can get very selfish, man, if I need to be. Not saying that, but I'm saying that when I say selfish, I mean do for self. And, a lot of people try to talk about Elijah Muhammad, man. Elijah Muhammad said do for self. He told you that. He told you how to eat. He told you about doing for self. And he told you about the decommissioning of America. So I can't take nothing away from that man. That man brought something. And when I was young, my family, it was 13 kids. It was like 7 girls and 6 boys. And my granddad was a Mason. And my grandmother was an Eastern Star. And a lot of the girls, and so they were, Eastern Stars, the girls in the family, the guys were Masons, but they splintered off into different religions. So when I came up, you know what I'm saying, in the 80s, early 80s, 70s, in the 70s. I'm going to say 70s because that's when I was real young. We had Islam. I'm going to say from the 70s to the 80s, we had in our family that was divided. Islam, Hebrew Israelite, 5%, Masons, Christianity. My mom was the Christian of the crew, Christianity. But I grew up with all that. I grew up with all that. The information was put at my feet. So then, of course, I picked up on that. That's just like you got families of drug dealers. Oh, my granddad was this. My dad was a blood. His brothers was blood. Or my granddad played quarterback for Notre Dame. His son played quarterback for Notre Dame. Well, my family was in the knowledge like that, man. Heavy. And so what I was talking about, Elijah Muhammad, we used to go to the masjid when I was little, and they was kicking to us about the mothership, and they was kicking to us about the scientists, 7-foot scientists, you know what I'm saying, on the mothership. And I was like, and they were black. Elijah Muhammad bought that. Before I heard Dr. York, I heard from Dr. York later on, but Elijah Muhammad brought that about the flying saucers. When I heard that, man, I wanted to be a part of that when I was young. I was like, wow, I imagine these black men in white lab coats. That's why I imagine I wanted to be a part of that. You understand? So if the information is not being pushed down to you, from you, it's just like Total Recall when he sent himself the briefcase, told him to open it up. It's a hi, I'm you. I know what you're going through. And he was laughing at him. You know what I'm saying? Told him, yo, these are the instructions that you need to do. That's what I'm talking about. The replication from your higher self to your lower self on these other worlds, because this was gonna pass away. I need to be uploaded. The information that I gathered here need to be uploaded to the mastermind of me up top. Up top, baby. You know what I'm saying? So as this world is decommissioned, you're gonna have people that are not receiving any information. Only information they are receiving is from the Caucasian. And he's putting out that bullshit right now. He ain't putting out no information. He ain't putting out no information no more. The information's been cut off. He ain't even giving you no more information. Now you got these clowns out here giving out the information, feeding you that. That's what you run into because you need some word. You need the word. You see what I'm saying? That's what it's about, the word. You need the word, but you're not getting the correct word, man. So, that's all I need to say, man. You make your push all you want to, because when you made your push, I made my push 20 years ago. I always been making my push, so I'm coasting now. So when I see you erratic trying to make a push, I already see you coming. I'm not going that way. I'm not going. You're not going to get that off me. I'm not going to do it. Not going to do it because you trying to take away. You are not a person that's needy. Like, you're not like a homeless person, somebody that's needy, that you say that, yo, that person is really needy, that person really need food. You are somebody that's trying to take advantage. Your push is taking advantage. You're doing it with malice and sheer negligence. And negligence, and then some people were doing it with malice, some people doing it with just sheer negligence. You're not gonna be negligent with me. So, that's all I wanted to say, man. This is part 2 to the replication, man, and the information being replicated and mirroring, the mirroring of worlds. The mirroring of worlds, man. Captain must go down with the ship. So when they decommission this, because this world gets spent down, other worlds are being spent up off of the original copy, off of the original. So they looking different than we looking. This world right here looking a little shabby because information is not being fed intravenously with information that's coming off the original world. It's not being fed. So it's gonna do like a vintage. It's gonna fade away. This world gonna fade away, and the people therein, you're gonna fade away, man. That's why people say it feels so empty without me. Yeah, it feel empty, man. You know what I'm saying? If you feel empty because of the information, because of the replication, there's nothing there. Dude said he saw Snoop Dogg on the red carpet. Say he looked into his eyes, he didn't even look real. He looked hollow. He didn't even look real. He didn't even look real when he looked into his eyes. You know what I'm saying? The windows to his soul. He was able to look through his eyes. He ain't had no shades on. See, that's another thing too. Niggas always want to look into your eyes. Like they say, the eyes windows of your soul. When I walk through the city, when I'm out and about doing my thing, I notice people want to look into your eyes they want something from you. You know what I'm saying? They're like, oh yeah, he got it. Give me some. They asking for a download. They asking for a word, man. What you got? What type of information you got, man? People pull me to the side before in the grocery store, man. You look like you got a lot to say, man. Here, man, take my card, man. You should work with kids or whatever. I'm just telling you, when I saw you, that's because they know that the word, they know that the word and the information being replicated, and they know that some people that you're not, and you're like, yo, what's the word of the day? What's today's mathematics? That's what people come to you, man. What's going on? What's the gossip? What's the word? They feeding for information because you a machine. Ain't nobody really told you that you a biological machine. You see what I'm saying? That's exactly what y'all, and I got another piece I wanted to add on to that about the fight for the next evolution of man. Because when I was coming up, and I'm gonna end this, when I was coming up, it was all about Cyborg. It was all about the $6 million man. Can we put them back together? It was all about Ming the Merciless. You know, it was all about the Terminator. When I was coming up, so it was quite naturally, man had already put it out there. The next evolution of man is robot, it's android, because there have to be an evolution. Man will not be able to continue to live in its current state. So that was the next evolution there, but now there's another push. See, there's another push as the world's being decommissioned for the next evolution of man to be a homosexual, or a woman to be a homosexual, which is part man, part woman. That's what the other push from the other side. They're making a final push that the evolution of man be part man, part woman, and blend the genders and blend the sexes versus man and robot, and you being more analytical and you being more logical. Like Spock. I would rather be like Spock than to be like motherfucking drag queen. And you could say what you want to say. You call me homophobic or whatever you want to call it. I don't want to be no half woman like that. And I don't want no woman that's want to be a half man. My dudes is all men. My dudes is all men. That's how I roll. I'm with the old guard. But that's that push. And they pushing hard too. And they using you. They making that final push through black people. The reason why they chose black people is because they know that black people can change the world. We already did it with rap. We already did it with our music. We already did it with our culture. We changed the world. Everybody want to be like. So they said, well, look, this thing we pushing, it died out in the 80s, that push through Michael Jackson, that push through, they tried to push through Michael Jackson. They tried to make a homosexual push, but it died out. Because Run DMC came through the museum, and Run stepped on, it was Run or DMC stepped on Michael Jackson's glove. That was it right there, they killed it. Now they're making another hardcore push at it, and they're gonna use black people as the medium to be able to push homosexuality throughout the world, because they know black people have the power to do it. That's why black people need to be decommissioned, because these ones that you seeing on TV, like, these ain't the black people are old, man. These aren't the black people are old. This ain't the Rock. These ain't your Stonies. You see what I'm saying? So it's that final push, man. What's the next evolution of man? Who's gonna save me? Who can I use today to get for my agenda? Who can I make my slave for my agenda? In my final push, man, before this world is decommissioned. All right?